Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Srila Prabhupada Book Reading Club. This is the morning session and here we are reading the Lord Chaitanya, his life and his teachings. So today is the last session, so we are going to cover a few chapters and the last message of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya doesn't give us the scriptures, he didn't wrote the granthas, but he left only the 8 verses, so we will go through the meaning. So let's start our session by offering prayers to our senior acharyas. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadatim Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगन रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहित कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगन ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशकारिणे हरे कृष्ण
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 हरे
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 हरे राम हरे
हरे
राम
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 राम हरे
राम
हरे
हरे हरे श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
So anyone would like to recap what chapters we read yesterday? How Lord come to the Puri, then he started traveling to the north. Anyone would like to recap? Hare Krishna. Or should I do? So yes, no, we can see Lord returns to the Puri, and we can also take it as a sevana, like within 5 minutes, like one of you can do the recap of a previous class. Okay. So yes, we see the Lord returns to the Puri, and then but he refused to meet the Pratap Rudra, and even he was pleased by attitude of a Pratap Rudra that even he was the king, but then also he was used to sweep the temple. So from there we can see the Lord loves the submissive attitude, and Lord doesn't like the pride. Even the his close associate Bhattacharya and Ramandar Rai arranged a meeting. Then also Lord refused because he was like a politician, and he was completely generally politicians and the rich persons, they are greatly absorbed with the money and women. So ideal sannyasis should not meet such people because they are not going to take the path of the Krishna consciousness. Then why to waste time? And even by association we may get distracted from our path. So we should be careful to meet such a people. So our takeout is that until and unless when we are very pure and we are very firm in our devotion, we should avoid to associate with the too much material people, because with association desires come, and our habit changes, we also start behaving like them, and we also start having the desires like them. Oh, I want a very very big car, I want a 2 3 houses, etc etc. So yes, and we also see that Lord was the harder as a humble thunderbolt, but a softer like a rose. And even as we discussed yesterday in a previous chapters, Lord even accepted lower persons than Jagai Matai, and but there is one condition, and condition is that okay, whatever sinful acts you do, but from now you have to give up all the sinful activities and you don't have to do any sinful activities. This is the condition. So okay, before coming in a Krishna conscious, you commit very much sins. Now you have to give them up and you don't have to indulge in them again. And like, yes, but there will be urges. Okay, I should drink the coffee, or I should eat the food prepared with the onion garlic, or I should take the one bite of non-veg. But you have to control the urges. And how to control? By engaging our senses in Krishna consciousness. Like more you engage yourself in Krishna consciousness, more you do serve, more you serve Krishna, then like you can easily control your senses. So yes, like even like he is very strict. He was very he is very soft also, but he is very strict when it comes to follow the rules and regulation. Even the Chota Haridas Thakur, he like inside his mind he think lustfully about the women, and like Lord stays in our heart as a super soul. So like he detected that, and like he give up, and he never accepted the Chota Haridas Thakur. Like even thought and that desire to enjoy the women inside his heart, and like Lord Chaitanya rejected. So we can see how strict he is. Like it is a Prabhupada's mercy that like we are still in this moment, otherwise we don't deserve, no? Like we can see how many thoughts coming inside our mind, and also the gossips, huh? Like even we don't speak, but inside our mind what we think about the other person, it is also important. And like we have to clear this now, like human life, like we will take the special session also, but like human life is for is like a homework. And like what homework we have to do, we have to change our activities from the material conscious to the to the serving to Krishna, and we have to change our material desires to the spiritual desires. So human life is for this thing. But like when you keep associate with the material people, keep associating with the material activity, then you will lose this you will lose the chance to go back to the Godhead. Even like you will lose the chance to love Krishna, you will lose the chance to get out of this suffering. So like when it comes to rules and regulation for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is no compromise. So like you can we are staying in this movement just because of Prabhupada's mercy. Otherwise we can think now like how strict it was, like you have to chant 64 rounds per day. Like even we are thinking one round as 64 now. So actually that's my condition. So yes, like for the sannyasi, they have to nothing to do with the money and payment, and so they refrain such intimate relationship. And even in the like when they are used to like gathering, na, like women's are like very last to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So and we also see the Hatimata. What is the Hatimata? That like we are committing the offense to the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Lord, like if someone offend the Lord, then like Lord can forgive. But if you offend the pure devotee, then like Lord will never forgive. Like only like, but pure devotees are so they are so what we say, they are so merciful, they forgive only by when only they request God to forgive that offender, then only Lord can forgive. So only like we can also see the in case of Amrish Maharaja and Durvasa Muni. So yes, but we have to be very careful about committing the offense to the lotus feet of a pure devotee, because like when elephant is mad, like that's why it is called na hati mata. When elephant is very mad, and when he enter in a beautiful tree garden, like he is going to destroy everything. So similarly, when we commit the offense to the pure devotee, even to the like we don't know na, like okay, this is this person come in ISKCON, but you don't know after 5 to 6 years he may become a pure devotee. And it is pure devotee is not about the lives and giving the lives after life, or it's not about the age. Okay, he stay in a 50 years in ISKCON, so he's a pure devotee. No, even if you can stay in a ISKCON for the 1 year and you can become a pure devotee. But how? By simply changing your desires from the material consciousness to the spiritual consciousness, and like we have to detach from all worldly things, and we have to attach to Krishna. So like we have to be very careful, like not just about the pure devotee, but also the general public, because we don't know, like they may have complete their 99% of devotional service in their past life, and like when you get the little spark, then fire will again come, and like they will only 1% they will cover, and they can go back to the Godhead. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, na, Tulna the Pisunichena Tadarupi Sahitrina Amaniniya Manadena Kirtanya Hari. Kirtanya Sadahari. So we have to pay respect to everyone. So this is the thing. So we have to be very careful. Otherwise, like when we commit the offenses, our devotional service, which we have prepared like a beautiful garden, it is going to destroy. Then we also see the Lord do many like many things in the Jagannath Puri, like a Gudi, they clean the Gudicha temple, and also they do the mass Sankirtana. And like you can also see, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the to get the pure state and a friendship like with one another, in between the humans, in between the human and animals, in between the animal, and in between the countries also, like only the Sankirtana movement can bring this peace and the friendship, because only on the spiritual platform there will be peace and a friendship. So like then Lord decided to go to the North India, and like he want to go to the Vrindavana, because it is his house. So while going in a Vrindavana, he go through the forest of Jharkhand, and where he show us that like even the Sankirtana movement can liberate the wild animals, like a lion, tiger, deer, everyone, like take part in a Sankirtana movement. So like even now, like it is recommend we should chant loudly, and even we are going through the garden, we have to chant loudly, because while they like when the trees hear the Hare Krishna mantra, the holy name, they get some pious activity, like pious karma, and like in next life they may become the human, or after some time they may get the association of a devotee. So these small things are very important. Like even we are seeing the insect, we have to chant one round, chant at least one mantra for him. Like it is like it will be very general for us, but it will be very pious for them. And like it can be free them from the cycle of birth and death. And this is the compassion. Even the Prabhupada used to do these things. So in a Prayagaraja, he met the Rupa Goswami and Anupama, his small younger brother. And like after and like he like for 2 months he instructed the Sanatan Goswami in a transcendental sense. So like he uh, met Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, and like he instructed for the 2 months. And like whatever then scriptures we read now, like a Brihad Bhagavatam and Hari Bhakta Vilasa, they all are written by Goswamis. Then Lord visited the Banaras, where like generally in Banarasa, like they all were Mayavadi sannyasis were staying, and like the head was the Prakashananda Saraswati, and they don't like this Sankirtana movement. They used to say said that this is the just religious sentiment, or just a small emotion. It is nothing to do. But like he also told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that like you should read this as we are sannyasis, our duty is to read the Vedantas, like not to engage in this Sankirtana. Even he warned his disciples the same. And like and he also criticized the Narayana, and like even the Sankirtana movement, even the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And while criticizing, he was not able to utter the Krishna. Why he was not able to utter the Krishna? Because to utter the Krishna, you need to be you don't have to offend uh, anything, like offend Krishna. And like this Mayavadis, they are a great offenders to the lotus feet of Krishna. And like because like they think that okay, they are the Narayana, and like they are the Vishnu, and like just because they are in a Maya, they forget themselves. But this is not a truth. We are the servant. We are not a. We cannot become. We never become a Krishna, or we never become a Narayana. So yes, these Mayavadis are offender, and they like emphasize the impersonal feature as a Brahman, and like they want to merge with the Brahman. But like devotees knows the supreme truth is a Bhagwan realization. They are like they don't entangle with this Brahman realization or impersonal feature. So they don't accept the personal form of Krishna, personal form of Vishnu, and they think themselves equal or themselves to be the Narayana or Krishna. That's why they are offenders. So and they don't know like Krishna and his name, they are absolute, and like there is no difference between them. Krishna has in like invested all his potencies in his holy name. So like he meet like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meet with the Prakashananda Saraswati, and like and he also said like, oh, like why you are not reading the Vedas? So he said like I'm the fool, and like my spiritual master said that like not to indulge to read the Vedas. So or Vedanta Sutras. But like and he also said na, like then what is the issue? Like you can we can read the Vedanta Sutras, and you can hear the holy name. Then like Then like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further explain like giving the references from the Brahma Naradaya Purana, Harir Nama Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Nasteva Gatir Anyatha. That only holy name can save us, and this is the Yuga Dharma. And like there is no difference between Krishna and his name. So he explained them everything, and this like they convert this all the Mayavadis, and like they all accepted the Bhagavad Dharma. So yes, because they like he also explained, na, like yes, whatever Shankaracharya committed, like they are the interpretation to the Vedanta sutras, and they are not right interpretations. So like it's okay. Shankaracharya give that interpretation, but one who accept that interpretations, he is a grateful. So in the end, they accepted everything because and he defeated all other religious people, and like he shown them like only Bhagavad Dharma can save you from this cycle of a birth and death. Now, today we will go through the teachings of a Sanatan Goswami. Hare Krishna, who wants to read? Like you need to read little faster. We have to cover the 4 to 8 pages. Okay.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Mataji. Can I read Mataji?
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Teachings to Sanatana Goswami. While the Lord was camping at Varanasi, Sanatana Goswami also arrived after retiring from office. He was formerly one of the state ministers in the government of Bengal, then under the regime of Nawab Hussain Shah. He had some difficulty in getting relief from the state service, for the Nawab were reluctant to let him live. Nonetheless, he came to Varanasi and the Lord taught him the principles of devotional service. He taught him about the constitutional position of the living being, the cause the cause of the bondage under material conditions, his eternal relation with personality of Godhead, the transcendental position of the supreme personality of Godhead, his expansions in different plenary portions of incarnations, his control of different parts of the universe, the nature of his transcendental abode, devotional activities, their different stages of development, the rules and regulations for achieving the gradual stages of spiritual perfection, the symptoms of different incarnations in different ages, and how to detect them with reference to the context of revealed scriptures. The Lord's teachings to Sanatana Goswami form a big chapter in the text of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and to explain the whole teachings in minute details will require a volume in itself. These are treated in detail in our book Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna Mataji. Shall I continue?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. The Lord's visit to Mathura and Vrindavana. At Mathura, the Lord visited all the important places. Then he reached Vrindavana. Lord Chaitanya appeared in the family of a high caste Brahmana, and over and above that, as a sannyasi, he was the preceptor of all the Varnas and Ashramas, but he used to accept meals from all classes of Vaishnavas. At Mathura, the Sanodiya Brahmanas are considered to be in the lower status of society. But the Lord accepted meals in the family of such a Brahmana also because his host happened to be a disciple of the Madhavendra Puri family. At Vrindavana, the Lord took bath in 24 important bathing places and ghatas. He traveled to all 12 important vanas. In these forests, all the cows and birds welcomed him as if he was their very old friend. The Lord also began to embrace all the trees of those forests, and by doing so, he felt the symptoms of transcendental ecstasy. Sometimes he felt unconscious, but he was made to regain consciousness by the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. The transcendental symptoms that were visible on the body of the Lord during his travel within the forest of Vrindavana were all unique and inexplicable, and we have just given a synopsis only. Some of the important places that were visited by the Lord in Vrindavana were Kamyavana, Adishvara, Pavana Sarovara, Kadiravana, Sheshai, Kelatirtha, Bhandiravana, Bhadravana, Shrivana, Lauhavana, Mahavana, Gokula, Kalyahrida, Dvadashaditya, Keshitirtha, etc. When he saw the place where the Rasa dance took place, he at once fell down in trance. As long as he remained at Vrindavana, he made his headquarters at Akrura Ghata. The
Hare
Lord goes
Krishna
to Prayag.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So yes, now we can see like after like from the Banaras, he moved to yes, he meet the Sanatan Goswami, and like he was having the trouble to getting retired because he was the scholar, and like he is the one of the minister of the Nawab Hussain Shah. So he don't want to leave Sanatan Goswami to leave because he was very scholarly and he was handling everything very nicely. Like, but somehow he arranged that, and like we also see now, like then Rupa Goswami also have problem having the problem then like Nawab Hussain Shah put him in a jail, so like whatever amount of a gold coins he has, like he has the full ship full of a gold coins now. So he arranged something by by lying to the jailers by saying like, okay, please let me please free me from this, like I will, and after then I will go to this Makkah and Medina, I think, like the holy places for this Muslim peoples. So like by lying he moved away from that, and then he again joined the Sanatan Goswami and other Goswamis in the Vrindavan. So like from this, yes, we can sometimes we can lie, but when it comes to spirituality, like some lies are good. They are not like we are don't get what we say like a sin for speaking lies for the spiritual activities or for Krishna consciousness. So yes, like, and here we can see now Lord Chaitanya tells Sanatan, told Sanatan Goswami everything. So whatever read books we are reading, and like even the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita purports, they Prabhupada did, they take the all Goswami books and like they take the some nectar, add his a nectar of a realization, and then he serve us very in very palatable form. So this is like everything is a full of nectar. But like just because we are having jaundice, we are not able to taste the nectar. But like we have to continue our process. Then when we get QA, like we will again uh, we will again start feeling everything as a nectarian. So like whatever books we are reading, these are not ordinary. They are full of realization, and like they are full of a nectar of all the Goswamis. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, himself tell all the principles of devotional service and everything, like whatever we are reading in the Shastra. So Lord Chaitanya teach Sanatan Goswami everything. Then Lord visit to the Mathura and Vrindavana, and like yes, he was born in a high caste Brahmana but sannyasi. But when it comes to take the prasadam, like he has to accept from every Vaishnava. Like he don't want to he don't see, okay, he's the Shudra, he's this and that on the birth. So here from here we can take out, like it doesn't matter what is your bodily complexion, what uh, from which family you are born, you are rich or poor. Like what Krishna said, what Krishna says, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says is your pure intentions to serve and your love for him. So and like so we have to purify ourselves, and we also have to become a very good instrument in Srila Prabhupada hand, and we can serve Krishna, and we can help in his Sankirtana movement, then he will be very pleased. So like in Vrindavana, he travels to the 12 important vanas, and like everyone welcome him, and even the climbers and trees, everyone embrace him, and like even the Lord embrace them because he is the very old friend of them. So he also become a trance when he goes in the Leela Sthali where the Rasa dance has been happened. So like here given na, where he traveled, and like he made the headquarters at a Akrura Ghata. Okay, so Hare Krishna, Vinod Prabhu, you can start reading from the Lord goes to prayer.
Hare Krishna, the Lord goes to Prayaga. From Vrindavan, his personal servitor Krishnadasa Vipra induced him to go back to Prayaga to take bath during the Magh Mela. The Lord acceded to this proposal and they started for Prayag. On the way, they met with some Pathans, amongst whom there was a learned Maulana. The Lord had some talks with the Maulana and his companions, and the Lord convinced convinced the Maulana that in the Quran also there are descriptions of Bhagavad Dharma and Krishna. All the Pathans were converted to his cult of devotional service. When he returned to Prayag, Sri Rupa Goswami and his youngest brother met him near Bindu Madhva temple. This time the Lord was welcomed by the people of Prayag more respectfully. Valbh Bhatta, who resided on the other bank of Prayag in the village of Adila, was to receive him at his place, but while going there, the Lord jumped in the river Yamuna with great difficulty. He was picked up in an unconscious state. Finally, he visited the headquarters of Valabh Bhatta. This Valabh Bhatta was one of his chief admirers, but later on, he inaugurated his own party, the Valabh Sampradaya. Instructions to Rupa Goswami. On the bank of the Dashashmedh Ghat at the Prayag, for 10 days continually, the Lord instructed Rupa Goswami in the science of devotional service to the Lord. He taught the Goswami the divisions of the living creatures in the 84 lakh species of life. Then he taught him about the human species. Out of them, he discusses the followers of the Vedic principles. Out of them, the fruitive workers. Out of them, the empiric philosophers, and out of them, the liberated souls. He said that there are only a few who are actually pure devotees of Lord Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami was the younger brother of Sanatana Goswami, and when he retired from service, he brought with him 2 boats full of gold coins. This means that he brought home for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He divided the wealth as follows: 50% for the service of the Lord and his devotees, 25% for relatives, and 25% for his personal needs in case of emergency. In that way, he set an example for all householders. The Lord taught the Goswami about devotional service, comparing it to creeper, and advised him to protect the bhakti creeper most carefully against the mad elephant offense against the pure devotees. In addition, the creeper has to be protected from the desire, substance, enjoyment, mononistic liberation, and perfection of the Hatha Yoga system. They are all detrimental on the path of devotional service. Similarly, violence against living beings and desire for worldly gain, worldly reception, and worldly fame are all detrimental to the progress of bhakti or Bhagavad Dharma. Pure devotional service must be free from all desires for sense gratification, future aspirations, and culture of monastic knowledge. One must be freed from all kinds of designations, and when one is thus converted to transcendental purity, one can then serve the Lord by purified senses. As long as there is a desire to enjoy sensually or to become one with the Supreme or to possess the mystic powers, there is no question of attaining the stage of pure devotional service. Devotional service is conducted under 2 categories, namely primary practice and spontaneous emotion. When one can rise to the platform of spontaneous emotion, he can make further progress by spiritual attachment, feeling, love, and many higher stages of devotional service life for which there are no English words. We have tried to explain the science of devotional service in our book, The Nectar of Devotion, based on the authority of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Sri Rupa Goswami. Transcendental devotional service has 5 stages of reciprocation. The self-realization stage, just after liberation from material bondage, is called the Santa or neutral stage. After that, when there is development of transcendental knowledge of the Lord's internal opulences, and devotees engages himself in the Dasya stage. By further developments of the Dasya stage, a respectful fraternity with the Lord develops, and above that, a feeling of friendship on equal terms becomes manifest. Both these stages are called Sakit stage, or devotional service in friendship. Above this is the stage of parental affection towards the Lord, and this is called the Vatsalya stage. And above this is the stage of conjugal love. And this stage is called the highest stage of love of God. Although there is no difference in quality in any of the above stages, the last stage of conjugal love of God is called the Madhurya stage. Thus, he instructed Rupa Goswami in devotional science and deputed him to Vrindavan to excavate the lost sites of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. After this, the Lord returned to Varanasi and delivered Mataji and delivered difference quality in any of the above stages. This stage, Rupa Goswami Vandravan to excavate the pastimes of the Lord. After this, the Lord returned to Varanasi and delivered the sannyasis and instructed the elder brother of Rupa Goswami. We have already discussed this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So only the last part is remain, that is the Shishtashtaka of Lord. Like we will go through this meaning first. Then like we have Prita Mataji haven't joined what? Prita Mataji and Sharmila Mataji, na? Like you can recite that. Okay. So yes. So now like we can see like he also then Lord again goes to the Prayagraj and like then he also discussed with the Maulana that like in Quran also there are some descriptions about the Bhagavad Dharma of Krishna, because all our religion, all other religions, they are like a first class, second class, even the nursery, but this Bhagavad Dharma is the post graduation study of all the religions. So like when he returned to Prayaga, he met the Rupa Goswami at a Bindu Madhava temple. And like at this time, like he there is only like a fame of like a Lord, as he converted even the Prakash Nanda from the Mayavadi to the Vaishnava. So like everyone accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very respectfully. So and he also jumped in the Yamuna, so and like he was in unconscious state because he was in a trance, like by like remembering all the past times. So like they with a very great difficulty they they retrieve the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the river. And like he visited the headquarters of the Vallabha Bhatta, but like here we can see now like he was like firstly followers of a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he again started like another sampradaya known as a Vallabha sampradaya. So it is a kind of one offense to like so we don't have to create our own na? Like okay we are like come here, like we have to follow the things, like you don't have to create, because like this is a kind of sense gratification, you want the name, fame and other things. So like yes, from to where like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed the Rupa Goswami to the Dasha Meda Ghata, and it is for the 10 days. And like even when you doing the Bhakti Shastri, this question will be, they will ask in exams now. So like we have to remember, okay, like Lord Chaitanya instructed the Rupa Goswami at the Dasha Meda Ghata for the 10 days, and like he tell him everything like about the science of a devotional service, and like a living being stay in the 84 lakh species. And like he also explained them like okay, there is a Varnashrama Dharma, and like greater than that Varnashrama Dharma means following the rules and regulation of Vedic scripture. And like greater than that is the fruity worker, okay, they are working for their sense gratification, but they are giving some results to the Lord. And greater than that like a empirical philosopher, this philosophy like philosophers like they study the Brahman and other things. And then liberated souls, and like a few of liberated souls, they are like this pure devotees are very rare. So if you want to become really something, so like become a pure devotee of a Lord. Okay, so like Rupa Goswami, like he written like he has the two boat full of a gold coins, like we can see how rich he was. Like then also he left everything because he get the higher taste, that is a Krishna consciousness. And like we also see that like how he divided his wealth, and like he divided 50% to the service of Krishna and his devotees, and 25% give him to relatives, and 25% he kept for his personal emergency. It is very difficult in this age, and even if you have a lot of money, like this attachment don't go. Oh, 50% of my wealth I should give for Krishna. Like this attachment comes now. So because we are not pure now, like even in our ISKCON there are many examples like where devotees earn like in the lakhs, but like not just a 50%, they even give the 80 to 90%. And like because they have this higher taste and they know like whatever like we are going to accumulate, it is going to waste. So why we have to accumulate? Simply to engage in Krishna's service. And like when you engage something in Krishna's service, Krishna will multiply it and return to you, because like Lakshmi belongs to Narayana. So when you are using your Lakshmi in a service of Narayana, then Lakshmi more and more Lakshmi comes to you. So yes, like then he also like explained the bhakti as a creeper, and then how we have to protect this bhakti. And like even we have to protect this bhakti from what? From a mad elephant offense against the pure devotees. And like also we have to protect it from the desires of material enjoyment, monastic liberation, and perfection of hatha yoga. And like yes, what Lord saying is like one desires the sense gratification, fruitive aspirations, culture of a monastic knowledge. It means like okay, if I do the bhakti, like I can get the more I can get the more elements, so that like I can do my sense gratification. Or like okay, if I come in a Krishna consciousness, my desires will be fulfilled. Like I will get this and that. And like and when I attend the classes, or like when I come, like my knowledge will be increased and I become the scholar. So like when you are coming in classes, you don't come in here to take the take a lot of knowledge and become the scholar. No, it will create like a kind of pride in you. We are coming in the classes so we can get the knowledge, and like from this knowledge we can understand Krishna and we can serve the Krishna. This is the right attitude. We don't have to become the scholar, and like we don't have to show up, okay, I did this and I did that and I know this and that. No, like we are coming because we have to develop love for Krishna. So yes, like a desire to enjoy sensually, when we have the desires to enjoy sensually or sense gratification and any material desires, then there is a no question of attaining the pure devotional stage. And this will like you don't have to scare. Oh, like this is very high stage, and how can we achieve? You know, like we learn in our last book, na Raja Vidya Kalena. With the time, you will become a perfect. But we simply have to follow the process, whatever instructions given by our acharyas. And yes, there are the primary practice means the sadhana, bhakti, and then the spontaneous relationship. And all of these things we will read in a nectar of devotion. Okay. And yes, there are transcendental devotional service has the five stages of reciprocation. First is the shanta rasa of neutral stage, and then a dasya rasa. Neutral stage means you are serving Lord as a like a becoming a stone or becoming a tree or becoming something like which is not that much active. So like there is no exchange of emotions, but like you are staying there and you are happy by simply by seeing the Lord. So yes, this is the shanta rasa, and then the dasya rasa, like when we become the servant of Krishna. And like greater than that is a like a sakya rasa, like when we develop the more like a feeling of a friendship with the Lord. And like when we stay in a dasya rasa for long and we develop more faith and love for Krishna, then we then position changes to the sakya rasa. Then the vasalya rasa, like a motherly and fatherly affection, like which is shown by the Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. Then there is a stage of a Madhurya Rasa between the gopis and Srimati Radharani. Okay. So, and like, yes, Lord instructed the Rupa Goswami to go in a Vrindavana to excavate the lost sites of a transcendental pastime. So, like this Goswamis, like they will ask now, like what the Goswamis did. So, like, yes, answer is simple. They evacuated all the lost past, Leela Sthalis or the sites where the transcendental pastimes has happened. And like also, like Goswami is given us the various scriptures which are like they are simply repeated what Krishna has or like Lord Chaitanya told them, and like they also add their realizations, because they are not ordinary people. Okay, they are from that like a Goloka. And like we also hear now in classes that like our our parampara, they are not just a simple, these all people, this all are eternal associates of our Lord Krishna, and this is all a Goloka team, and they come us like they have come here to reclaim us. So we are very fortunate to become in their touch. Hare Krishna. Who wants to read the meaning of a Shishtashtaka? Should I read? Or Sharmila Mataji or Sarita Mataji, you firstly need to you want to sing the
Okay.
Shishtastakam.
Okay, I'll sing.
I think
Should
there is
I?
one more Mataji, Preet Mataji. She want to sing the Sista Ashtakama. She has joined or not? Preet Mataji, are you there? Okay, Mataji, you can continue. Should I share the screen for Sista Ashtakama?
Okay, Mataji.
Should we sing the all the Ashtakam first, or like one shloka, then one then meaning? What you suggest?
Mataji, one shloka, one meaning is good because we will know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is my
Along
screen
with
is visible, Mataji?
Yes. Yes. Should I start?
Yes.
Okay. Shishtastakam. Chetodharpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagnirvapanam Shreya Kairavachandrika Vitaranam Vidyavado Jivanam Anandambutivartanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
Hare Krishna, who wants to read the meaning?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Should I read?
Yes, Prabhu.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, that is congregational chanting of the Lord's holy names, which cleanses the heart of the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes for the fire of conditioned life, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtana movement is the prime benedictions for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So here we can see now, like, yes, we are not feeling the love for Krishna. Like we don't have feeling. And like, like we take the birth for the repeated for the crores of life. And like, like that desires for the sense gratification, everything like they are becoming dust, and like they are on our on our heart. And like, so like by when we are chanting the holy name, like this this accumulated dust for years, like, uh, will be clean when we chant the holy name, and also this extinguish the fire of a conditioned life. So like we can also see now, like this is a davanal, and like davanal cannot be like extinguished simply by pouring the one glass of water, or like by pouring something to uh, to extinguish this forest fire or Davanal, we need the rain. And so Prabhupada, like when he was staying in a Vrindavana, so like a cloud, he was collecting the all the water from this Vrindavana, all the love from the Vrindavana, and like whatever like a Davanal in our life, this material conditioning, like a repeated birth and death, and like all the sufferings, like he comes in our life, and like whatever he collected from the Vrindavana, whatever love, whatever like mercy he collected from the Vrindavana, he showers on us. So like when he showers the mercy, then like our Davanal extinguish. So we also see this now, like there is relationship between this and like Sansara Davanal. So yes, like this extinguish the fire of a conditional life and like a repeated cycle of birth and death. So like only holy name can save us from this repeated birth and like this fire of a material condition, and it also cleans our heart. So we have now, like when we are sit for the chanting, our minds go here and there. So it is going because it's nature, and like it will go there where like with where we have practiced, like for the colors of life we practice that, and like it is like very dirty. But by chanting the holy name, it will come to the place. By chanting the holy name, our heart will start purifying, and like it will start cleaning. And then you can like progress in a chanting from the Nama Prada to the like a Shuddha Nama. Okay. So yes, and this Sankirtana movement is a prime benediction, because we can see why it is a benediction, and like why it is spread the rays like a benediction moon, and like it is very calm, because we can see like to attain the self-realization, yogis used to do the tapasya for thousands of years. They used to the yajna for thousands of years. But now simply by chanting we can go back to the Godhead. But we are taking it very casually, na? So we should respect, we should pay our obeisances to the Harinam Prabhu, and we should we should fully respect, and respect means we have to follow their instructions. So like we have to we have to be careful not to commit any offense to the holy name. And whenever our minds goes, like we have to pull our mind back and chant the holy name. And like paying respects means, okay, someone is in front of you, like a prime minister is in front of you, your mind will go somewhere else or not, then your mind is not good. But like when we are chanting the holy name, when we are hearing the name, means Krishna's his potency as a sound incarnation, he's a coming, he's coming to associate with you, but your mind is going somewhere. So you have to, because like we don't have the respect to the holy name. That's why our mind is going now. So we have to teach our mind to pay the respect to the holy name. So we have to bring back. So like there is one shloka in the Bhagavad Gita na, abhyas in a conveyor. So by practice we have to pull the mind again and again. Then with the practice, like you will be perfect. Okay. And yes, this increase the ocean of a bliss, and uh, enable us to fully taste the nectar, which is for which we are anxious. So for what we are anxious? We are anxious for the happiness. We want the happiness, and we don't want a flickering happiness. Okay, it will come for the one day, then it goes, and after a month it is coming. So but when it comes to spirituality, like happiness will come, it will stay, and it will increase with the time. So that's why it is said na anandam buddhivardhanam. So happiness will become, it will just stay, and with the time it will increase. So we want, everyone is hankering for this. No one wants, okay, today happiness come again, again happiness going. It is a, for material world it is a flickering, but for the spiritual world, happiness will come, it will stay, and with the time it will increase. Okay. So Hare Krishna, second shloka we can move.
नाम अकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिस्तत्रार्पित नियमित स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशम् इहा जनेनानुरागः.
Hare Krishna. Yes,
O
Prabhuji.
my Lord, your holy name alone can render all the benedictions of two living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
Hare
Right.
Krishna. So here, na, this is our condition has explained, na, holy name, even there was a Haridasa Thakur, and they were discussing about the glories of holy name, and they said by chanting the holy name you can get the liberation. And what Haridas Thakur said, oh, simply by the shadow of a holy name you can get the liberation. So holy name is not for the getting fulfilling our material desires. Holy name is for the supreme desire, and it can provide us love for Radha and Krishna. And but it is you are going to the a millionaire, and you are asking him 1 rupees, or like 1 paisa. But you can ask the millions and billions of dollars, he is ready to give you everything. But what we are asking 1 rupees or 1 paisa. So this is you are using this is the same na, you are using the holy name for the material gains. So the holy name is simply for getting the highest thing, which is the love for Radha and Krishna. Then everything will be follow. Okay. Because when there is a king now, when you start associate with the king, and when we are start serving king, you will get everything. You will get every facilities which king has getting, because we are simply serving. So when we serve Krishna, you will get all the things, even devotees they make the prasadam they make the bhoga for Lord, and like then as a prasad as a prasada they accept the same this chappan bhogas that they offer to the Krishna. So like they are taken care like by simply serving Krishna. So like we don't have to personally ask, oh Krishna, please give me this and that. Krishna will automatically give if we simply engage in Krishna's service. Okay, so Krishna's devotees are very smart, man. Like because they know like when they simply associate with the Krishna, they will get everything. So why we have to ask? So yes, and like so simply the shadow can render so much. So like what to speak about the holy name? So the holy name we shouldn't misuse for material sense gratification. No? There is also a seventh office to holy name, to commit the sinful activities on the strength of holy name. So we don't have to do this. So yes, Krishna has many names, like the millions and billion, or like millions and billions of names, like Krishna, Govinda, Narayana, Madhava, Keshava, and like all are the transcendental. And Krishna invested all the transcendental potencies in the name. So and yes, he invested all the transcendental energies. So there, and even there is no hard and fast rule to chant his name. Like even like you haven't taken a bath, you can chant the holy names, oh Keshava, oh Madhava. You are while you are sleeping, even in dreams you can chant his names. Like while walking you can chant, while sitting there is no hard and fast rules for chanting name. And like, oh my Lord, out of kindness you are enable us to approach you through the holy name. So like this is the best way to approach the Krishna, when we simply take the name Krishna, Govinda. Like he is a gradually available, like he's a present to you at the same time. So like when you take the Krishna name, Krishna is in front of you, because our senses are not purified. We are not able to uh, see or feel his association, but through the sound incarnation we can feel his association. So like what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, like we can easily approach you through the holy name, but I'm so unfortunate, I have no attraction for them. So we can see we don't have attraction. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying for ourselves, na? Like he's in 24 by 7, he was in a fully in full trance, but he's like, yes, these are we know everything, okay, they are full of energy, like and this is the easy way to approach Krishna, but then also we don't have attraction. So we have to beg to the our acharyas, please give me the test in the holy name, and like we have to beg in that way. Yes, Sharmila Mataji, you can give.
Okay, third one. तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानेन मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरिः.
Hare Krishna. Translation. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the star in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all senses of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here is a formula given. Na? Like we are not able to chant holy name constantly, but like we have to chant the constantly. Like, we have to give all of these things. Like one have to feel the humble in a state of mind, and think oneself lower than a straw in the street. Why we have to we have to stay in a humble state? Then we don't have the pride, na? Like when we are in a humble state, we don't when anyone disrespect you, you don't have that ego. Oh, why you said this to me? And like you know who I am. I like when you start thinking all of these things in our mind, na, then like we cannot, and in this stage of mind we cannot chant the holy name. So when one self think himself lower than a grass of straw, or or grass on the road, then like when people comes now, it will simply bow down, like, and like people will come and go, and like he's not affected, and like he's not affected by all of these things, like how he speak and why he speak to me like this and that. He will simply engage in Krishna consciousness, he will simply chant the holy names, and like devoid of a sense of false prestige now, like, oh, I'm the manager, like I'm the boss, and I'm this and that. So when we have this kind of things in our mind, so when someone speaks something like then we will have the thoughts of why he speak to speak to me in this way. Who am I? like when this thing, when our mind is like completely engaged in all of these things now, all of this material thinking, all like whatever we call it overthinking and all, then in this stage of mind you cannot you cannot remember the Krishna. So, and like, yes, one should give the respect to all, like, but when we give respect to all, okay, we think that okay, he's saying, let him sing. We don't pay a lot of attention to them. And like we can, by following this all, by following this sloka, we can constantly chant the holy name of our Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Fourth one. न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां व जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि.
Translation. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless mercy, causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
So here we
Hare
can
Krishna.
like reflect na this Shishtastakama, like daily we have to chant the Shishtastakama and go through the meaning, because like simply by reading, okay, we can read but we don't know the meaning. We should first like 1 or 2 weeks we should go through the meanings and then we should read the Shishtastakama. So like we can like next time when we are reading na, already meaning will be on the back of our mind. So like this, like what Lord Chaitanya is saying, and we are like, these are the things I want. Okay, everyone want a beautiful woman, like a beautiful husband or a beautiful woman, and like everyone wants to be famous, like he have the number of followers, and our fame should be in entire world, and everyone want a lot of wealth so that everyone can enjoy sense gratification. So like instead of this, like we can take in on another thing na, like okay, I want a beautiful partner, or like I want very good partner, like who can serve with me, like who can help me in a service to Krishna. And like okay, I can have a lot of wealth, but I can engage all wealth in Krishna's service. And like okay, whatever I have, like what I can have the lot of followers, but I can engage all the followers in Krishna's service. But like we don't have to ask, like we don't have to desire for everything. But by Krishna's mercy, you are receiving all of these things. Then like we have to engage in Krishna's service, okay? And like what the only desire we should have, that like the causeless devotional service, birth after birth. So the pure devotees only ask for the pure devotional service. He don't ask for this like dhanam, janam, and sundarim, okay? Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Fifth one. ऐनन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया.
Translation. O son of Maharaja Nanda, Krishna, O I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from the ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So here we can see na, like this is our like reality. This is our real nature. That like we are the eternal servant, servitor of Krishna. Like we are the our our identity is that we are the eternal servant of Krishna. So like yes, and like somehow means like because of we offended the Krishna, and like we have to enjoy independently. And so so we are fallen in this ocean of a birth and death, and like here we are only suffering. So we should pray like very hard, like, and when we are chanting, it means we are praying to Krishna. Oh Krishna, please pick me from this ocean of birth and death, and please engage me and engage me in your service. So like we have to chant with these feelings, and like with this intensity we have to call out the Krishna. Okay.
Sixth
Hare
one.
Krishna, Mataji.
Sixth one. नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति.
Translation. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with the tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here we can see now, like these are all the symptoms of a pure devotion service. So like we have to pray to Lord. Okay, like Lord, when you will purify me, and like when I will be in a pure devotional service, and like when I chant the holy name, then when tears will decorate my eyes, and like. When I chant your holy name, my throat will choke and my hairs will stand on hand, like by simply reciting your holy name. So these are the aesthetic symptoms, na? So Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, seventh one. Yugayitam nimishena chakshusha pravrishayitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Oh Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rains, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. Hare Krishna.
So here we can see na, like yes, firstly he was praying, so please give me the pure devotional service, and like when like these aesthetic symptoms uh, will be shown, and then like now he's a feeling the separation, he's a feeling this vipralamba bhav, and like even the moment like he's a forgetting Krishna, he's a feeling like a 12 years and more, and like tears flowing through his eyes like a torrent of rain, and like he's a feeling all the back like all world like a vacant and in Krishna's absence. But here we can see like what is condition of ourselves, like we are not like what to like where is the question of forgetting, like where is the question of remembering him, like we are forgetting him all the time, and like in very few time like we are remembering him. But here like the condition of the pure devotee is that like he's constantly remembering Krishna, and even for the moment he forget the Krishna, he feels like 12 years, and like he's feeling all world as a vacant in Krishna's absence. But like we are enjoying the world, and like it's not a real enjoyment, it is only suffering because we are forgetting Krishna, and like by forgetting Krishna we will again fall in this cycle of birth and death. So like we also have to pray like this, and this is our like this is the aim. So this is the perfect stage, and we have to try to achieve this perfect stage. That's why we say na, like we have whatever time we get, try to invest in Krishna's service. Inside our mind, like there should be constant chanting of Hare Krishna, and like it will come by the practice, it will come by the association, it will come by reading and hearing more and more. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay. Eighth one. Ashlisya vapadarataam pinashtu maam adarshanaन् marmahatam karotu va yata tata va vidadatu lampato mat prananatastu sa eva naparaha.
Translation. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worship Lord unconditionally. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this we also seen in the like a story of Prahlad Maharaja, na, when they take the Prahlad Maharaja to the mountain tip, and from there they pushed Prahlad Maharaja. Then he also said, na, like okay, if you push me, like my body will be degraded, but after that, like I will again born, and like again I can again serve the Krishna. So like he said, like, and he's a free, like, and they also asked, now what if Krishna doesn't save you this time, what Vishnu doesn't save you this time? So he said like okay, he's independent, he can do anything with me as he wants. So this is the this is the pure devotion, na? Like okay, you are the master, and like you are not bind by my actions now, you are not bind by uh, you are not bind by okay, if I work, that's why you are then only like you are bind, so that I work, so you have to give results. No, he has the independence. If he want, he can give the results. If he don't want, he won't get he won't give the results. So so Krishna is our supreme lord, and whatever he wants to do us, he want to embrace us, or broke our heart by not being present in front of us, or we can see he can give whatever we want, or he can broke our heart by not giving anything which we want. So then also our love should be not changed, he can do anything with us, and this should be our attitude. Okay, whatever situation Krishna you are giving in my life, it's your mercy, and so we have to accept it, because he has the independent to do whatever he want to do with us. And then also whatever bad things, good things happened in our life, then also our love is not changing, it is a unconditional. And then also even the good things happening, we are serving Krishna. Even the bad things happens, we are just serving Krishna. So Hare Krishna, this has been end. So we will end the today's session. Vanchakalpatarubhyasta kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for joining. So
Thank
from
you.
tomorrow we will continue the nectar of instruction. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you for
Krishna,
joining.
thank you, Mataji.
And today is a
Krishna,
holiday, so
Mataji.
try to make this holiday to holy day by reading more, hearing more. Okay. And you can also go through the summary, yeah, in we read this book, so we are simply keeping the books aside. This is not good. So we have to revise the thing. So once in a week you can take out the one time, a half hour even is there, na? You can simply go through the highlighted points. So that's why we are saying now you have to, it is better to keep the hard copy, and while we are reading, you can simply highlight the book, and when you have the time 5-10 minutes, you can simply go through the highlight points. And by simply reading the headlines, na, we will get to know, okay, okay, in this, under this headline, okay, what is the conversation between Raman and the Rai, so we can recall it. So because it is not just we are read and we are forget, we have to remember it, we have to take the knowledge and we have to implement in our life also. Hare Krishna. Thank you for everyone for joining.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare